reform?
Well, there's a lot of different parts to it. You know, TJ, one part is we passed a bill that would utilize the technology so law enforcement agencies, courts, probation, parole people, all of them could share a common database and more effectively, deal with the criminal element. And this has been done in other states, and it's just a matter of technology catching up to what we're dealing with here too. And then, the thing that public safety is very important for Westside residents and crime. And one thing that's troubled me, and I think you might have talked about this before, is that we don't have enough of a police presence on Albuquerque streets. And a lot of that is because the Albuquerque Police Department has the Department of Justice issues that they're working with. That's taking a lot of officers off the street and putting them behind desks. And we still have a shortage of law enforcement officers, so you just don't have that presence on the street. And that's where a lot of crime fighting effectively goes on with stops. People are being pulled over and they're found with drugs or guns or warrants and such, but we don't have much of that right now. So I had a bill also that would task the governor to assign 30 state police officers to Albuquerque for a year, so we'd have those officers on the street assisting local law enforcement. Unfortunately, that didn't work. So, and then the other part of the criminal justice reform is on the bigger picture is I think we need to do a better job of the assessments and evaluations of folks coming into the criminal justice system for the first time for relatively low-level offenses, because oftentimes they're committing crimes because they have issues, substance abuse, mental health, behavioral health issues, and if we can do a better job of assessing that, directing them into programs instead of incarceration, because once they're inside, then these are the career criminals that begin to escalate. And so anyway, so we need to do more there, and then more on the back end when folks come out of incarceration to help them with job placement, housing, access to medical care, and that sort of thing. We don't do a very good job of that yet too, but if we can start to do all that, I think we'll begin to see the needle move on the violent crime and just the whole property crime and everything else we have going on in this community.
Right, interesting. Yeah, I agree with a whole bunch of what you just said. We got to do one more traffic break. Hopefully we won't get disconnected. It's not your fault. Believe me, it's our fault. I want to hit on a couple points that you just said, too, on the other side. Can't miss